Georgia, Georgia.
Build and grow.
Whole day through. Just an old sweet song keeps that Georgia on my mind, on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. You know it does, baby. Other arms reach out to me. Other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Oh, Georgia, Georgia. Oh, peace I find, just an old sweet song, old sweet song, Georgia on my mind. Oh, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. There'll always be Georgia.
Piove sull'oceano, piove sull'oceano, piove sulla mia identità. Lampi sull'oceano, squarci di luminosità.
On Tuesday? Oh, okay. I'll see him after. I should be able to.
so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. On the rockets red clouds bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Hail to the falcons, ever be true, always with honor. We bow to you, We soar above and beyond we will fly. Hail, Foothill, we will raise our heads high.
How many of you heard the senior song enough that you could mumble your way through it? Can we do that? Can you guys be the sound check for that? Since obviously they can't.
Matt James is here. He can do it.
Matt James is right there. Or he's right there.
It's the pop song side. I like it.
Can we just do like the first few minutes? That's all.
Oh yeah.
Basic to the
Theater voice.
I don't know what it is, but I'll just sing along anyways.
gently sleeping here inside my dream. And isn't faith believing all power can't be seen? As my heart holds you just one beat away, I cherish all you gave me every day. 'Cause you are mine, forever love, watching me from above. And I believe that angels breathe, and that love will live on and never leave. Fly me up to where you are, beyond the distant star. I wish upon tonight to see you smile, if only for a while, to know you're there. A breath away is not far to where you are. I know you're there. A breath away is not far to where you are. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
somebody's gonna hurt someone before the night is through. Somebody's gonna come undone. There's nothing we can't do. Everybody wants to touch somebody. If it takes all night, everybody wants to take a little chance and make it come out right. Yeah. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know, baby. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. Oh, let's go. Some people like to stay out late. Now some folks can't hold out that long, but nobody wants to turn back now. There's too much going on. Now this night is gonna last forever, and last all summer long. Sometime before the sun comes up, the radio is gonna play that song. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know, yeah. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know, oh baby. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, the moon's shining bright, so turn off the light and we'll get it right. There'll be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. Somebody's gonna hurt somebody before the night is through. Somebody's gonna come undone. There's nothing we can do. But everybody wants to touch somebody. If it takes all night, everybody wants to take a little chance. They can come out right, right, right now. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know, I know. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. Oh, let's go. Well, we can beat around the bushes, we can get down to the bone, we can leave it in the parking lot, but either way there's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know, yeah. What did you think I would do at this moment when you're standing before me with tears in your eyes, trying to tell me that you have found you another and you just don't love me no more, no more. And what did you think I would say at this moment when I'm faced with the knowledge that you just don't love me? Did you think I would curse you I say things to hurt you, 'cause you just don't love me no more. Did you think I could hate you or raise my hands to you? Oh, come on, you know me too well. And how could I hurt you? And darling, I love you, and you know I would never hurt you. No, no, no. What did you think I would give at this moment if you just stay? I'd subtract 20 years from my life. I'd fall down on my knees. I'd kiss the ground that you walk on. If I could just hold you again. I'd fall down on my knees, kiss the ground that you walk on, baby. If I could just hold you. If I could just hold you, I would fall down on my knees. Oh God, please let me hold you. Let me hold you again. I'm gonna miss you, girl. I'm gonna miss you, girl. I can see the tears in your eyes, baby. Babe, I'm down. You know I'm down on my knees. What do you think I would do, baby? Did you think I could hurt you?
Come stretta sta via, la gente non ci capa, se fa una processione che cammina piano piano, non è morto nessuno, non è osante nessuno, non si sente una voce e non suona una campana, e intanto cuore aspetta che sarà una fontana e chiama in capo creatura e s'arravoglia sta luna con la funa ma porta lontana a do cielo che cielo non si fa mai scuro e chiama in terra nessuno volesse comandare per spremere l'olore lunga sta vita. Niente carta ramugliata sotto all'evere mura.
Chasing your monsters and they even driving you bonkers, just blinding with rocket launchers of light to blow out they conscious. If you really want to juxtapose and take a darker color with the blush of rose and then you put it in your ink and watch it go, your mind is always open when your eyes are closed because you're blind to color and you're blind to greed, blind to all the things that you don't need. And you find a mind and then you plant a seed, then you nourish it a little, let it breathe. You're building it up and breaking it down. Wanna give up, keep holding your ground. Turning it up and down the sound. Oh, the sound of change.
So what are you going to miss most about being here at Foothill?
I'm going to miss going to all the sporting events with my friends and serving as student body president this year.
It's choir. Like I've just met so many cool people in choir. Like they're just my best friends. So.
I'm going to miss all my friends. I'm going to miss being involved in everything that goes on here.
I feel like a ghost.
Good evening. On behalf of the administration and staff at Foothill High School, we welcome you to the commencement ceremony of the class of 2015. It is the philosophy of the Clark County School District that high school commencement ceremonies are designed to honor the students with commencement activities that are solemn and dignified. We politely but emphatically request that graduates and families refrain from any actions that would disrupt or detract from the solemn atmosphere of these exercises. Please do not use air horns or other noisemakers. We ask that you extend courtesy and respect to these graduates, allowing for each member of the class of 2015 to be equally honored and recognized. Your cooperation will ensure that this ceremony will be conducted with dignity and honor, and the students will have an event to be remembered. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Foothill High School class of 2015.
class of 2015. My name is Riley Malmadal, and I'm the Student Body First Vice President. Please stand for the national anthem performed by Foothill High School Chamber Choir under the direction of Miss Kim Snavely. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may now be seated. Gentlemen, replace your caps. Please welcome Foothill High School Student Body President Marissa Millen. Good evening, faculty, friends, family, and of course, my fellow graduates. It has been my privilege this past year to serve as Student Body President at Foothill High School. Well, the year is over now, and today is the day. Here we are together. Finally, we are graduating. Let us look back at where we have been these past 4 years at Foothill. Hopefully, you do not immediately think of that first year as an unsure, insecure freshman, the impossible AP tests, or the hours upon hours of homework that we seem to have every single night. But instead, remember those nights spent with your friends, just hanging out and laughing, at that very last football game where you lost your voice from cheering so loudly, or even your long-awaited senior prom. Here at the moment of graduation, we should choose to remember high school with the perspective and confidence of a senior. These memories will give us strength and assurance as we move past high school onto our next challenge. 4 years ago, I was that shy little freshman. At that time, if you had told me that by the end of my senior year, I would be standing on this stage giving a graduation speech in front of all of you, I would have never in a million years believed you. But as you can see, here I am. Just last year, I was afraid of going after what I wanted and putting myself out there to run for Student Body President. It was difficult, but when I decided to face my fears and ignore the voice of doubt we all have inside, my dreams came true. If I had not taken the opportunity to confront the prospect of failure while hoping for success, I would not have the opportunity to serve as your Student Body President. I would have not had the opportunity to learn to act in the face of fear. So here I am today, speaking in front of all of you and facing yet another fear, but with a little more confidence than I had a year ago. Now that we are at the threshold of 1,000,000 possibilities, class of 2015, I would like to challenge you to put aside your fears and step into this world unafraid. Although the road ahead is untraveled and uncertain, let us not bypass opportunity because of the fear of failure. David Joseph Schwartz said, "To fight fear, act. To increase fear, wait, put off, postpone." Schwartz points out that we should choose to act with courage and conviction. Don't wait, work. Don't put off, put your best foot forward. Don't postpone, persist. Every time you feel yourself slipping into the place in your mind where you doubt your ability, your strength, or your courage, remember how many small obstacles you overcame throughout the last 4 years. Although they may have seemed monumentous at the time, they are now stories which we can use to face the future. Today, let's stride forward, fighting fear while finding success. And to those who helped me find the courage to dispel my fears, I thank you. The Foothill staff for their many hours of work on our behalf, my family for their endless love and support, and my friends that made high school a little less stressful and a lot more fun. Class of 2015, I am grateful for you. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Today, I am very thankful that I chose to face my fears. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce your senior class vice president, Ariana Hansel.
Good job, Marissa.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce the Foothill High School Chamber Choir under the direction of Miss Kim Snavely as they sing the Foothill High School alma mater.
Hail to the falcons, ever be true. Always with honor, we bow to you. We soar above and beyond, we will fly. Hail, Foothill! We will raise our heads high.
My name is Samantha Vasquez, and I am the student body historian. It is with my pleasure to introduce the distinguished guests who have come to share in this celebration of our accomplishments. In addition to the students seated on the stage, it is an honor for us to introduce the following individuals. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Ms. Deanna L. Wright, Clerk, Clark County School District Board of Trustees, District A. Mr. Pat Skorkowski, Superintendent of Schools. Ms. Susan M. Smith, Assistant Chief Student Achievement Officer, Performance Zone 13. Dr. Eva White, Assistant Chief Student Achievement Officer, Performance Zone 9. Ms. Nikki Thorne, Deputy Chief Financial Officer. Mr. Joe Caruso, Principal. Ms. Gwen Gibson, Principal, Ulysses Newton Elementary School. Ms. Jennifer Furmanborn, Principal, Gordon McCall Elementary School. Ms. Christine Ryerson, Principal, James Gibson Elementary School. Ms. Celeste Oakes, Principal, J. Marlin Walker Elementary School. Ms. Heather Scramstad, Principal, James E. and A. Ray Smalley Elementary School. I would like to introduce you to our senior foreign exchange student who attended Foothill High School this year, Miss Eileen Hannelind. Eileen is from Gothenburg, Sweden, where she will be returning this summer to finish up high school. She plans to go to college and study a subject that will make her super rich one day. Eileen is a member of Foothill's varsity and competition cheer squad and sings in our women's choir. I would now like to introduce Ms. Celeste Rodriguez, your senior class treasurer.
On behalf of the class of 2015, we are pleased to introduce the 2015 Foothill High School salutatorian candidate, Cecilia Rumsey.
A moment in time is captured in several ways. To capture it on film, whether as a video or a picture, means the moment is forever. Future generations will gaze upon this film and see the moment that was caught in time. However, these future generations will never truly understand the moment before them. Another way a moment is captured is in a memory. For a moment is what you make of it. Moments are simply brief time spans until we decide they are more. Take a picture of any football game that has transpired over the years you have been at Foothill. When you observe this picture, what comes to your mind is what you have made of that moment. Whether it be the sounds of cheering still ringing in your ears, the rush of the wind across your cheeks, the taste of concession stand food, or the image that came just before the photographer clicked the button. If you were to hand the same picture to a peer, they may have something entirely different come to mind. That is what they made at the moment. Sometimes we make a moment into a huge memory, good or bad, that follows us along life's path. Other times, the moment is lost in a sea of moments, never to be seen again. Today is one of those special moments. Some will look back on this moment and feel the tears running down their face. Some will remember leaping off their couches to get ready, since their relatives that flew or drove in took their beds. Regardless of how you remember the events that transpired this day, make this moment memorable. Then when moments appear in front of you in the future, make them memorable too. Never forget that a moment is what you make of it. I would now like to introduce Heather Duck, valedictorian candidate.
In my sophomore year, I came across a quote that really touched me. It reads, "Sow a thought and you reap an act. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny." These words outline to me that everything we do or become is initiated by a thought, a wish, a dream. We all desire to be here at graduation, and here we are. We acted on our thoughts, made it a habit, became individuals on the way, and after 13 years of schooling, homework, and sleepless nights, we made our dreams a reality. Congratulations, class of 2015. I would like to introduce Matthew James, valedictorian candidate.
Good job, Heather.
In high school, we have learned more than the Pythagorean theorem and the difference between mitosis and meiosis. Perhaps the most striking lesson I learned has to do with procrastination. Picture this. It was 11:05 on a Thursday night when a realization fell upon me. Insert inappropriate word here. My AP Lit essay is due in less than an hour. Determined to complete the task I had set aside for a week, I gathered all the things I needed. A large bag of Doritos and multiple cans of Coca-Cola to survive what I could tell would be a long, drawn-out night. I put my headphones on, turned on some feel-good tunes, and opened up Microsoft Word. As I stared at the empty page labeled Document 1, another epiphany dawned upon me. Wow. I really have no clue what I'm doing. Time continued to pass, yet still in front of me was a blank document. I checked my Twitter feed in hopes of finding inspiration to begin my daunting journey. Instead, I found that my feed was full of complaints directed at my English teacher. I sardonically sneered at the misery of others, but my laugh soon transformed into a sob when I realized that I was in the same sinking boat. My sanity and my English grade were in desperate need of some motivation. I began to bargain with myself, one episode of Dexter in exchange for one paragraph. What seemed to be a reasonable deal turned out to be my worst nightmare. At the end of the first episode, I told myself, if I watch one more episode, I'll compensate by writing 3 body paragraphs. 4 episodes, approximately 3 hours later, I found myself again staring at a blank page, only this time, a bit more sad. A torrent of emotions began to overwhelm me. At first, I followed my peers and rallied against Mrs. Peterson, calling her Satan's mistress. But I soon realized the futility of my intentions. A sequence of quick keystrokes, followed by the frustrated mashing of my backspace key, filled the next 15 minutes. Again, no progress had been made. I moaned, complained, then moaned some more. And on the verge of shedding tears, I asked myself, what did I do to deserve this misery? Obviously, I'm better at asking rhetorical questions than writing about rhetorical strategies. After my emotional breakdown subsided, I realized that I only had 40 minutes to spare. Time transformed from a troublesome burden to becoming my worst enemy. In fear of letting time conquer me, I began to type. I typed like no other had typed before. After 38 minutes of robotic finger inputs and the occasional pulling of hair, I ended up with what I could only call an embarrassment. Exhaustion caught up and I had passed out. I woke the next day, eager to read the work I had created. Needless to say, I began to cry. When I was given the honor of being one of Foothill High School's valedictorians, I was overjoyed. Knowing that my speech would reinforce my classmates' final views of high school, I wanted to say something powerful, eloquent, and well thought out. My speech was going to blow everyone's minds. I had a full 2 months to write my masterpiece, and I anticipated spending every waking moment making it perfect. I didn't do that. Instead, I found myself reliving the scenario I previously described. Countless nights of worrying about producing a product that would be worthy to share with my fellow classmates. I changed from topic to topic and rewrote my speech approximately 4 times, yet I still ended up circling back to the one thing that has remained constant throughout my 4 years of high school: my tendency to procrastinate. I know many of you experience the same affliction that I face each night. I may not be the most qualified person to teach about the perils of waiting too long, nor do I believe that I can convince you, here and now, to never procrastinate. However, as Ralph Waldo Emerson said, life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Through the lesson of procrastination, I came to understand that my high school experience would have been 10 times better without the stress generated by procrastinating responsibilities, ranging from that English essay to my missing health credit to even writing this speech last week. My advice to you, class of 2015, and the younger generation out in the audience, is to learn the lessons provided by our shared experiences with procrastination. Life doesn't have to be this hard. Procrastination deprives us of the most important moments of life, such as time with friends, time with family, and experiencing the little joys of each day because we spend every waking minute attempting to catch up with everything that we put aside. As we head into our futures, let us apply the lessons we have learned and understand that we have the power to end the habits that negatively impact our life. Habits like procrastination. Thank you all for your time, and let us continue to soar above and beyond while choosing to get stuff done sooner rather than later. It is my honor to introduce our next speaker, Rachel Cole, valedictorian candidate.
Politician Edward Koch once said, "The fireworks begin today. Each one of you is a lighted match." Today marks a day of adulthood, of making our own decisions, of making ourselves. We are all about to enter into a new world, a new chapter in our lives, each one unique and distinctive. Our own firework displays will be whatever we make of them. They can come out with a bang, they can be a burst of color, they can shimmer in elegant gold, or they can be a constant, steadying light, just like in life. Some of us will go to college and blaze a new trail. Others will dive headfirst into a career and make decisions that will shape our lives forever. As Dr. Seuss says, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who will decide where to go. Regardless of where we go, all of us will have the opportunity to dig deeper into what we love, expand our talents, and spark our passions. As we begin our lives, we will radiate our individual genius, and in a display that can only be described as breathtaking, the collaboration of our ingenuity, our intellect, and our triumphs will structure an explosive display of success. Though we may go off in different directions, Foothill's class of 2015 will light up the sky all over the world. Good luck, class of 2015, and let's show the world what we can do. I would like to introduce Sabrina Mahe, valedictorian candidate.
As the band kids can testify, high school hit me personally like a golf cart. It didn't kill me, but it left a pretty nice bruise. And if you think about that situation, it represents high school perfectly. It knocks you down pretty hard, but you get back up. And once you're up, you either cry over the pain of getting hit, or you laugh over the ridiculousness of the whole situation. Maybe a little of both. That's what high school was. Now it's graduation, and you're left with battle scars and memories. I think it's a universal acceptance that high school is the compilation of the best and worst moments of life. It's where you can look back and both grin from all the good times and friends and cringe with the thought, what in the world was I thinking? But that's the best part about it. You're looking back. If you take that stroll down memory lane and can't think of one thing that you now find questionable, let me help you. Just looking back at popular music, I think you'll find not only some pretty interesting fads, but an ability to trace how much you developed in a few short years. Freshman year, you're insecure, don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door. High school was a big deal, and you threw your hands up in the air sometimes, saying, "Ayo, gotta let go." You thought you had the moves like Jagger, and you were living the teenage dream. Sophomore year, you branched out with more courage, like, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe." You found out that everybody talks too much. But it didn't matter, because you're young and wild and free. It was always a good time, even if you were never, ever, ever getting back together. Junior year, we realized that we'd never be royals. It don't run in our blood. But that didn't stop us from twerking and coming in like a wrecking ball. Because we can't stop, and we won't stop. We took that year by the reins, with our heaviest question being, what does the fox say? Now stop, wait a minute. By senior year, we came bang bang into the room. With all the homework, college apps, and job interviews, we stayed up too late, had nothing in our brains. At least, that's what people said. Still, we're so fancy, but they already know. Now we're in the fast lane from LA to Tokyo. We faced any and all challenges with the determination and strength that only high school could bring, and now we're ready to face the world. High school, as much as it knocked us down, built us up and prepared us for our futures, wherever they may take us. So congratulations, class of 2015, on not only being done, but having done all the things high school entails. And in the future, as you jam out to whatever songs become popular, you can look back to the songs of high school, to the progression you made in these 4 years, and the perseverance that you can apply in whatever you do. Because you got 99 problems, and now high school ain't one of them. I would like to introduce Rachel Oler, valedictorian candidate.
Good evening, everyone. Today, for me at least, is a momentous occasion. Today marks a turning point in my life. I have attended numerous graduation ceremonies throughout my almost 18 years of living, but this is the first one where I've actually been the one graduating. I'd like to give a shout out to those of you who have been playing Pomp and Circumstance all evening. I've been where you are, and let me tell you, it's nice to be standing up here for a change. But class of 2015, let's take a moment and think about what today holds for all of us. In a few moments, we will hear our name pronounced incorrectly, walk across this stage, shake some hands, and receive a very important piece of paper. This paper signifies that we have become mature, confident adults who are ready to take on the rest of the world. Let's take a step back and ask ourselves, what have we done to achieve such a high honor, and why has it taken us this long? In order for us to have reached this milestone, there were a few things we needed to learn, and I'm not referring to the Pythagorean theorem or the proper pronunciation of the word synecdoche. I'm talking about learning how to get by in this crazy world we live in. Think about how far we've come since the day we first opened our eyes or took our first steps. I think we can safely assume we've picked up a few things along the way. For example, we've learned food goes in our mouths, not our noses. We've learned that socks go on before shoes and underwear before pants. I'm sure somewhere along the way we learned firsthand the vital difference between markers and permanent markers. Some things we learned from our parents, like never to run with scissors or to always say please and thank you, and some things we learned from experience, like never to leave your mom's side at the grocery store, or that cats will get angry if you pet them too much, and that if you stay outside for too long, your skin turns red in a very painful way. Some things we learned from our friends, that people change and people make mistakes, but that's okay because we're all human. I know I've learned a few things from movies, like remembering that when times get tough, you've got to just keep swimming, and that the flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful at all. Or to never look back, darling, it distracts from the now. And most importantly, to never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line. And somehow, while we were busy learning all of that, we managed to figure out how to add and subtract numbers, who the third president of the United States was, and how to write reasonably competent essays. We spent time learning how to play sports, play an instrument, or sing. We learned that the best ideas for a project don't come until about 5 hours before it's due. On a related note, we learned that AP stands not for advanced placement, but for advanced procrastination. The point I'm trying to make here is that we've learned a lot of things throughout our lives, school-related or otherwise, and just because we're here today in these funny-looking outfits with our friends and family members doesn't mean the learning stops now. We've come a long way, but think of how much we're going to accomplish in the future after we've learned so much more. We have 18 years of experience behind us and the rest of our lives ahead of us. So even though, for some of us, our school days are over, I don't think there will ever come a day when we stop learning. So enjoy today, graduates, and enjoy your memories of the last couple of years. You've earned it. But know that in some regards, you'll always be a student. I wish you all the best in everything you hope to accomplish. Have a great rest of your lives, class of 2015. I would like to introduce Damian Ortega, valedictorian candidate.
This is the class of 2015 from Foothill High School, FHS, cap and gown on, all dressed to impress. I'm not here to self-aggrandize or self-advertise. I'm not Kanye West, although this is graduation, and I am here to address. Here to spit this rap, and I have to ask all of you to keep on your congratulatory and ceremonial thinking caps, because without some sense of poetic annotation, some of my narration might go over your heads like a falcon spreading its wings to fly to higher education. I walked in freshman year with an abundance of anxiety and fear, but most of all, wondering why the school is a burnished orange. I'm telling you that it's as strange as the actual word sporange. Bet you thought I was gonna say door hinge. I was 5'1", backpack weight a ton. Confidence I had little to none. And I remember sitting in Spanish 1, chilling with my peers. But Miss Fabella always said, take out your ears. Foothill, football, wrestling, and track, all sports I held dear. Moving on to sophomore year, I was still a bit shy and reserved, but my focus became 20/20, absolutely clear. From football to wrestling to homework, they were on my bay. That's 2 practices every day. I'm not begging for sympathy, no panhandle. After this, no one would handle me. Because of this necessity, I may state, these athletes can relate. Junior year came, it was all the same. I had my share of failures and life appeared gilded. Yet like an everlasting flower, my positivity and perseverance never wilted. So never got B's, C's, D's, or F's. I was driven nuts watching everyone else get their car keys. Senior year finally arrived. Calculus and English had me sleep deprived. I was training day and night. Next thing you know, my shoulder was sticking out like a stalactite. My mind was dislocated, conflicted. The doubt and reality was integrated. Cynical thought caught and corrupted my romantic systems. And here it finally occurred to me, the schism of all schisms. Romanticism versus cynicism, bigger in scope than Pacquiao versus Mayweather, determining whether you rooted for Pacquiao or Mayweather, whether you perceive the cloudy day as a sign of rain or perfect May weather. The best way to go about this is to have a balance, and that's all the fortune called knowledge I can bequeath you with. Just a tith, a cliche, that, anyone might say, will help a person survive high school. In your mind, idealize yourself. In the world, realize yourself. FHS, holding it down. I would like to introduce Joshua Ozuna, valedictorian candidate.
It is important for people to never settle and always strive to do their best. I follow this motto every day of my life. For being valedictorian and state champion may seem like the ultimate life accomplishments, but there is so much more I want for myself. Those accomplishments are amazing and I am proud of them. However, they are in my past. Each day I remind myself, the past is the past and I must prove myself again. Through the years of hard work, I found it is important to take pride in all that I do. As high school comes to an end, however, I find myself reflecting on how I made it to this point. I'm here because I have a support system. My family supports me in my education, sports, and my aspirations. Growing up, I was lucky to have an older brother who set high standards in school. And I thank him for setting such high standards in school because it led me to accomplish the same achievements as he did. I was also lucky to have great parents who cheered me on, and being able to have my dad as my wrestling coach inspired me to obtain a state championship. I have been fortunate to have a supportive family who helped me achieve success in high school, but I'm also proud of myself for following through. Even with an amazing family, I still had to put in tremendous amounts of time and effort to get me where I am today. And I put into these past successes. However, my achievements will not end here. The message I want to leave with you all is no matter what goes on in life, you have yourself to depend on. You may also have a family full of support, but at the end of the day, it comes down to how hard are you willing to work. We've made it this far, but let's not stop the work here. We all have more accomplishments underway. Graduation is the beginning, not the end. As Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found in settling for a life less than the one you are capable of living. Don't settle, go out there and work for a life worth living. I would like to introduce Emily Schrader, valedictorian candidate.
Good job, Josh.
Emily Schuler, but it's all right. Let me begin by saying, and I know you'll hear it 1,000 or a million times today, tomorrow, and next week, but congratulations, class of 2015. We made it. It's finally over. These last 4 years have shaped us into knowledgeable and mature individuals, and I have no doubt that we are ready to take on life's adventures, mishaps, and triumphs. Throughout my high school experience, one of the most profound lessons that I ever learned came from Miss Reynolds' psychology class. We were watching the movie Akeelah and the Bee, and Akeelah says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others the permission to do the same. Upon reflection of this quote, I believe, at this point in our lives, we are afraid of what our futures hold and what steps we're going to take next. We wonder, what if we don't accomplish our dreams? What if we, God forbid, fail? Well, class of 2015, let's get real for a second. We are all powerful. We all have the ability to be exceptional. It honestly does not matter what grade you got on that final or what rank you were in this class. Now is our time to shine. This is the time in our lives when our dreams are within reach and life's potential is endless. Now is time for all of us to take the necessary steps to become the people we've always dreamed of being. This is our world. We're here. We matter. As the late great Dr. Seuss once said, "Kid, you'll move mountains." So be your name Thompson or Kayla or Tia K or even Sabrina Mahe. You're off to great places. Today's your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. If the movie Up taught us anything, it's that adventure's out there. So let's go find it, class of 2015. I would like to introduce Hannah Stevens, valedictorian candidate.
As we have all been well introduced and welcomed, I'd like to take this opportunity to talk to you about my worst enemy, time. If you know me personally, you know that I've rarely been on time for anything. It's a funny thing, time. It seems that so much of it flies by, yet there is never enough of it. The real questions are, How do we fight the speeding clock? How do we slow down time? As if you haven't heard enough cliches already, I have the answer. Live in the moment. As humans, we are always looking towards the future. We are very good at preparing to live, but not very good at living. We know how to sacrifice 12 years to earn a diploma, and we are willing to work very hard to get a job, a car, a house, and so on. But we have difficulty remembering that we are only alive in the present moment, that tomorrow is a fictitious land until it becomes today. One of my favorite characters, Albus Dumbledore, once said, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live." For most of us, graduation is a ceremony of reflection. Yet, when I look back on high school, I don't remember a great deal. I spent much of my 4 years focused on the elusive future. Upon reflection, I mostly remember a haze of late-night homework and last-minute cramming, all for this moment right here. The moments I most vividly remember, however, were the most unexpected and unplanned, the times when I was only thinking about the present. I can still hear the crowd erupting with cheers when I scored the winning run in the Sunrise Region Championship game last year, and doing it again this year. I can still smell the paint as a few friends and I redecorated a nearby mountain at 3 in the morning. And I can still picture the exact moment I met the certain people who changed my life forever, for better or for worse. As it turns out, these were the best times I had in high school. And so, class of 2015, I leave you with the most important lesson I learned. Treasure the doing a little more and the getting it done a little less. As we move forward with our lives, don't be so concerned with achieving perfection. Instead, focus on experiencing what each moment has to offer, whether it is victory or defeat. Conan O'Brien once remarked, "It is our failure to become our perceived ideal that ultimately defines us and makes us unique. It is not easy, but if you accept your misfortune and handle it right, your perceived failure can become a catalyst for profound reinvention." Continue to do what makes you happy, and if you haven't, now is a good time to start. I can speak from personal experience that success in something you are not passionate about is not nearly as valuable as excelling in something you love. Spend your time living your own life instead of straining to become society's idea of successful, and you'll find happiness in the darkest of moments. When your clock stops ticking, you are not going to celebrate the piece of paper naming your accomplishments. You're going to cherish the moments along the journey. I challenge you, class of 2015, to make these moments worth your while. Congratulations and good luck in whatever path you choose. I would like to introduce Kaylee Torres, valedictorian candidate.
Human beings generally possess an aversion to change. This is true for many people I know, including myself. When I was getting ready to enter high school, I told my parents that I was not going to like it. I was convinced it was going to be too much, too different than my prior experiences. I was both right and wrong. High school was very different than what I was used to, but it wasn't too much. In fact, it was just enough. The changes I encountered, the changes in material and activities and friends, allowed me room to grow as a person. The heavy workload and fast pace of advanced classes pushed me to my limit and showed me just how much I could accomplish with hard work and determination. My involvement in tutoring and National Honor Society cemented how much I love helping people. While I stayed in touch with a lot of my old friends, the new friends I made opened my eyes to different beliefs and led to new experiences. The freedom and independence that came with being a high school student allowed me to grow. I needed to stretch my wings and get ready to leave the nest when it came time for college. So while I dreaded high school before my freshman year, Foothill was one of the best things to happen to me. My point here is that we shouldn't be afraid of change. Change can be scary, I can definitely understand that, but it can be a good thing too. And when we stop bemoaning whatever change is happening and realize all the possibilities that have opened up because of that change, we can grab those opportunities with both hands and make the most of them. Right now, the class of 2015 is at the precipice of a great change. We're graduating high school and entering the real world, the world of adulthood and responsibilities. Some of us are going to college, some into the workforce, and some don't know what we want to do yet. No matter what you plan to do, this is my advice to you. My fellow Falcons, go out there and embrace the future. Embrace the change, and don't get too upset if things don't go exactly as planned. Go out there, spread your wings, and soar. I would now like to introduce Charlotte Wall, valedictorian candidate.
Hey guys. All right. As a child, I was raised going on road trips nearly every weekend due to my mother's career as a freelance travel writer. Fleeting taillights on a dark desert highway, like a string of Christmas lights aglow in the darkness, have always been my second favorite of all things, second only to making others happy. In the senior personalities section of our school's latest yearbook, peers voted me most likely to succeed, most artistic, and kindest. Flattering as each of those labels is, I secretly wondered if this implied that all of my peers believe that I have multiple personalities. Many also believed I was a foreign exchange student from Ukraine, Germany, and Russia, still unsure how one person can be from all those places at once. In addition, many referred to me as a hipster. However, I regret to inform you that labels are way too mainstream for me. If I had to choose from this list of titles, I would value kindest most of all, for it represents at least some success at being what I most aspired to be, a light in the lives of those I love. I learned this trait from those in my life who constantly shed kindness over everyone their light touches. I will always recall those who impacted my life in the most important ways, whether it be a sister who loves you more than her boyfriend, a teacher or coach who graciously cares like Miss Natalie Thomas, or Kanye West, honey. There is someone who shines brightest when one reflects upon transitional periods in life, periods which mimic those in a high school student's schedule. So many such lights guided me that I cannot name them all, but a few of them are my parents who on our many travels taught me to never take for granted what the world has to offer. Yet another is Mr. Cougar, who made very clear that ball is life. Everyone recognizes that actually changing the world is a stressful and difficult goal, but I can at least change how those I meet perceive the world. Something that changed my perception of the world was a fateful day I was discharged from the ICU, suffering from gangrenous appendicitis, to conquer, or at least attempt, the SAT. I returned triumphantly 3 hours later to room 420 at one of our much-loved local hospitals. Surviving high school sometimes means first surviving life, at which, during times, you just gotta risk it for the biscuit. Although we did not have to risk our lives every day at Foothill, there were times when we all risked our hearts, our graves, and our fashion senses. All the while, we tried to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And here now, we stand at this tunnel's end, facing the light. And yes, the lights are in my eyes right now, and I cannot see anything else, not even you. For all you know, I could just be winging it up here. No matter when and where someone graduates, he or she has no need to have everything figured out. Crossing the stage, many of us have no idea what is in store or even the direction we are heading. But look around. Everyone you see is either going through, will go, or has gone through this same rite of passage. And some even manage not to panic. Every day is a graduation, and more often than not, to something better. Each new day has been or will be the first day of the rest of our lives. And since every fresh day's events can be quite unexpected, everyone is, in some sense, winging it. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Ms. Courtney Killian, senior class historian. Thanks.
Great job, Charlotte.
Our high school days are filled with memories. We went to classes, hung out with friends, competed in athletic events, and enjoyed being members of many clubs. We have stored these memories in the back of our minds that we will call upon the rest of our lives. Here to sing our senior song entitled I Lived are the senior choir members.
Good job.
Good evening. My name is Mia Sanoha, and I am the Student Body Second Vice President. Being here today is a huge milestone in our lives, and I think you can all agree with me when I say that it feels as if a huge weight has been lifted off of our shoulders, and we can now cross 4 years of high school off of our list. The thing about life is, while one door is closing, another is opening, and what lies on the other side of that door can be exciting and scary. With so many opportunities, it is very difficult to see where this door leads. After all, it is the doorway that leads us to the rest of our lives. We have all been asked the big question. So what are your plans after school? This question may be easier for some to answer than others. I remember having a friend in 6th grade who knew every detail of where she saw herself in the future. She knew what she wanted to major in, where she wanted to study, and ultimately the career that she saw herself having in 20 years. I, on the other hand, who didn't plan for anything as far as the weekend, was a little thrown off guard by this. I thought to myself, well, no one ever told me I had to be this prepared, and in time I learned that I did not have to have my life mapped out by age 11, but that I did want to start thinking about where I saw myself in 10 years. It was then that I first asked myself, well, what do I like? And with a question as simple as that, my mind went blank, and it went blank for many years. I did not come up with much up until the beginning of second semester of my senior year, so about 5 or so months ago. With the planning of my future as a humanitarian worker, I could not help but continuously worry about how much success my career will bring me. Success is often associated with the money you earn, but my dream job of servitude doesn't exactly translate to a future of riches. And so what? What is so-called success without happiness? I could very easily take a career path of riches, but I know in my heart that I wouldn't be happy doing anything besides dedicating my life to the service of others. We cannot let riches define our successes when success is achieved through passion and desire. And so I tell you, class of 2015, as you continue to make plans for your future, do not base your decisions off of what is going to buy you the biggest house or the coolest cars, but rather on what fulfills your desires and lights a fire in you. As long as you are working hard towards a dream, goal, or career that you are passionate about, success is inevitable because happiness is the ultimate success. Thank you. Please welcome Hannah Stevens, Student Body Treasurer.
In my years at Foothill, I have never met an individual so involved with the school and so dedicated to making us the best that we can be. It is a shame we had to wait until our last year to finally meet him. Unfortunately, not all of you were able to work with this faculty member on the same level as I was. Therefore, I would like to share with everyone some of the commendable qualities this man possesses. He is supportive, good-humored, engaging, a stickler for the rules, knowledgeable, hardworking, and above all, devoted. As one of Foothill's student athletes, I was personally impressed that he attended every sports home game and even traveled an hour to the other side of town to watch tennis regionals all day, and then stayed through 3 games and an hour delay to cheer on softball at state. He readily accepted our ALS Ice Bucket Challenge and with some pleading, joined us on the slip and slide during senior field day. He learned over half the student body's names, over 1,600 names, in just 9 months. He brought new traditions, and despite our initial reluctance, revealed the value in them and set forth a strong foundation on which Foothill can build and grow. Through his profound insight and guidance, he taught me how to become a stronger leader and person. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our principal and a close friend of mine, Mr. Joe Caruso.
Good evening and welcome. Before I begin, I would like to take a moment and acknowledge those family members or friends currently serving in the armed forces who are unable to attend our ceremony today. We send them our respect thanks, and appreciation. Foothill High School class of 2015. It is my pleasure to stand before you today and give you one last lesson before you officially become high school graduates. I promise my lesson is not in math or science. It is a lesson of life. Perhaps this is one of the most important lessons that you will receive or have received during your past 13 years of education. In a few minutes, each of you will officially begin the next stage of your life, and although you may not realize it now, taking the advice of someone older should always be welcomed. Trust me, I have learned that lesson myself the hard way. Today, I want to speak with you about change. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines change as to give a different position, course, or direction to. In life, you will all experience a transition as you continue to grow. Today, you accept the adjustment of going from a high school student to a high school graduate. In a few months, you will become freshmen in college or begin your path in the workforce. Some of you will accept another conversion in that you will move out of your parent and guardian's home and into a dormitory or an apartment. There you will experience another shift, paying rent. Now, sitting back and reflecting on how fast you wish this day to come, where you could be independent, on your own, free from your parents' rules and regulations, well, your wish has been granted. You are now part of the rent, bill, and tax-paying adult civilization. I welcome you. Although, are you sure you want to live on your own? There is nothing wrong with living at home with your parents until you are 40 or 50 years old. Parents and guardians, my apologies. As we continue our lesson on the path of change or changes that will occur in your life, the next big development in life will be meeting that special person of your dreams. That means you shall fall in love. It is human nature that we all hope to find that special person in our life. However, my advice to you is if your special someone is truly the one, make sure that they will be supportive and encouraging of you so that you continue to better yourself. Also, make sure that you introduce that special someone to your parents and guardians before you invite them to your wedding. Sometimes in life we experience change or changes in a negative way, or at least at the time we see what is occurring as negative. We may experience a personal or professional adjustment that is unexpected or something you might have never thought would occur. I assure you that this has happened or may happen to you, and my advice is follow the words of pop icon Kelly Clarkson, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." I too have experienced personal and professional transitions in my life. Looking back, those adjustments didn't kill me. They made me realize who I am and helped prepare me become stronger in preparation for the next chapter in my life. I am confident that you too can learn and shall be stronger in the end. In conclusion, I've shared a few thoughts and a few pieces of advice with you. I have one last piece of advice, and it is a quote for you, one that is my favorite and I think about often. President Theodore Roosevelt once said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." It is my hope that you should never be afraid to step into that arena. To the class of 2015, I wish you all the best. Good luck to you all. I love you. Continue to make me proud. And now the part you have anxiously been awaiting. At this time, it is my pleasure as principal of Foothill High School to present the class of 2015. This is to certify that these students have completed the credit requirements prescribed by the Board of Trustees of the Clark County School District and the Nevada Department of Education. These students will receive awards commensurate with their academic accomplishments under the policies and regulations of the Clark County School District and the laws of the state of Nevada. Trustee Wright, I proudly present to you the Foothill High School class of 2015.
Okay, we're almost there. Hang on. I look forward to graduation events every year because they're the epitome of what we do as a school district and what my fellow trustees and I strive for every day. So what advice can I give the class of 2015? Well, for my Back to the Future fans out there, this was the year that Marty McFly and Doc arrived to see the future and disrupt the space-time continuum. We may not have flying cars, but there are many things in the movie, which was made in the late 80s before any of these graduating seniors were born, that were spot on. Those things might have been invented anyway, or did the imagination of Robert Zemeckis and writer Bob Gale spark the development of Google Glasses, drones, flat-screen TVs, or even FaceTime? And when is that pizza hydrator finally going to hit the market? Which got me thinking of your futures. What kind of world will we live in 30 years from now, in 2045? How will this diverse global society evolve between now and then? What kind of job will you have? How will have technology changed? The technological advances that we've enjoyed since I was a senior, I taped songs from the radio onto my boombox and talked on phones with cords and rotary dials. So the advancements are mind-boggling. What's next? Will you be the one to invent it, to engineer it, or to advertise it? You may not be able to jump in your DeLorean and go ahead 30 years for a sneak preview at your life, or go back to fix all of your mistakes. But you can imagine what the future will hold, and you can plan now to have an impact. But you must find your own way to that future. And as the movie said, roads, where you're going, you don't need roads. As the graduating class of 2015, you are the future. And not just for yourselves, but for your families, your future families, for this school district, for the community, and for the world. So my advice to you is to spend as much time thinking about the future as you can. Imagine it, daydream about it, keep preparing yourself for it. Figure out how to create the technology that you need to have, how to change the things that need to be changed, how to become the person you want to become. And look for ways to contribute and give back to society. I would strongly encourage you to keep Clark County as part of your future. The people in this community and the generations that follow need you, need your education, your skills, your passion, and you will help us continue to grow and prosper. I congratulate each of you for the work that you have done to be here today, but I believe it pales in comparison in the light of accomplishments that are yet to come. I can't wait to see what each of you will contribute to this diverse global society and to our local community in the years ahead. And I will leave you with one last quote from Back to the Future. Remember, both our futures depend on it. On behalf of the Nevada State Board of Education, the Clark County School District, and the School Board of Trustees, I proudly accept the Foothill High School class of 2015.
Matthew Hudson James.
Heather Jeanette Duck.
Damian Amado Ortega.
Rachel Maria Cole.
Joshua Anthony Ozuna.
Sabrina Gabrielle Mahe.
Colton Miller Anderson.
Rachel Lynn Oler.
Trenton Robert Brewer.
Emily Ann Schuler.
Amani Jarrell Burton.
Hannah Louise Stevens.
Ryan Curtis Carlton.
Kaylee Nicole Torres.
Travis Jonathan Serbin.
Charlotte Conant Wall.
Marcelo Eduardo Correa Davis.
Cecilia Ann Rumsey.
Parker Daniel Curtis.
Marissa Millen.
Joey Austin Delora.
Riley Ann Mamadal.
Tyler Adam Dietz.
Mia Ashley Sinoha.
Marco Franco Gonzalez Ferrer.
Samantha Renee Vasquez.
Christian Frederick Fox.
Mackenzie Christine Hafen.
Marcus William Gamet.
Ariana Merlene Hansel.
Lawrence Pomakaike Aloha Hoshino.
Courtney Renee Levitt.
Grant Thomas George.
Celeste Alexandra Rodriguez.
Daniel Granados.
Courtney Killian.
Dustin Lee Griffey.
Brianne Lucille Alberti.
Dominic Rex Henriot.
Brittany Ann Allen.
William George Heft.
Savannah Michelle Anderson.
Ethan Flynn Hutchinson.
Sydney Shane Andrews.
Jacob Tyler Jackson.
Hannah Danielle Averett.
Bryce Anthony Jarvis.
Sydney Marie Bear.
Derek Lee Lawson.
Shelby Ray Baker.
Jesse Austin Lima.
Alma Vanessa Barajas.
Antoine Imad Mahana.
Christina Michelle Beaver.
Anthony Michael Morales.
Nicole Elizabeth Benson.
Azriel Moab Morales.
Kaylee Merlina Borsma.
Matthew Tyler Publico.
Alanis Marie Brea.
Cameron Keller Norda.
Erica Michelle Brescia.
Timothy M. Olson.
Jordan Maxie Brown.
Dylan Pete.
Mia Raquel Cantrell.
Mason Carter Reed.
Taylor Paige Catlett.
Joshua Alexander Rubio.
Kaylee Christine Clay.
Logan Tyler Sweats.
Madison McKay Cleveland.
Spencer Harrison Throgmorton.
Jamie Britannia Cook.
Austin Anthony Thummel.
Taylor Elise Crosby.
Austin James Wilson.
Ashton Elaine Davis.
Benjamin Paul Altheed.
Morgan Mackenzie Dennett.
Gabriel Lee Alvarez.
Chelsea Nicole Eisel.
Christian Edward Amasquita.
Tiana Nicole Erb.
Nicholas Robert Anoni.
Nikayla Flores.
Curtis James Asbaugh.
Alexandria Paige Floth.
Charles James Atkerson.
Marissa Fabiola Fresquez.
Jacob Moroni Austin.
Vanessa Michelle Gibson.
Austin Garrett Avance.
Anna Gordillo.
Tyrone Emmanuel Portela Balbacino.
Lydia Sue Harris.
Elias Drake Ballard.
Lauren Ashley Hawthorne.
Renato Javier Banos.
Samantha Yuri Hadashi.
Christopher James Barnhill.
Alexis Rochelle Heaton.
Aiden Edward Bartolowitz.
Hannah Rebecca Hoffman.
Jevin Michael Bell.
Emma Elizabeth Huff.
Daniel Jacob Bennett.
Jasmine Nicole James.
Treston Andrew Besserer.
Tia Armani King.
Spencer Ian Betts.
Mary Brooke Lapidus.
Brandon Warren Blazel.
Melanie Alyssa Larson.
Devin Daniel Bly.
Hannah Rose Lewan.
Adam William Birch.
Kayla Lee Masuda.
Ian Riley Bodendorfer.
Ariana Lee Medina.
Michael Anthony Brennan.
Marley Thea Mackers.
Ryan Michael Briggs.
Bianca Garcia Martinez.
Brandon William Brooks.
Precious McKinney.
Ryan Jacob Calcagni.
Emmeline Pace.
Edwin Camacho.
Jordan Ashley Mifflin.
Alan Campos Arizmendi.
Danielle Francis Morris.
Devin James Carney.
Marissa Joelle Panchal.
Jerome Michael Carter.
Sierra Elizabeth Perry.
Ian Keone Crisostomo Choa.
Amy Rose Perry.
Andrew Chu.
Alexandria Nicole Pitts.
Alexander Theodore Chumas.
Gabrielle Renee Prassi.
Jacob Christopher Chapiela.
Lauren Mackenzie Puckett.
William Tanner Clements.
Haley Alexis Qualls.
James Allen Cornish.
Jacqueline August Reverend.
Aaron Perry Coronas.
Amy Ray Riddle.
Robert Benjamin Cowan.
Melissa Roosh.
Tyler Thomas Crane.
Hunter Diane Riddle.
Colin Jarrett Curry.
Raquel Ritchie.
Samson Wayne Daigle.
Renee Ritchie.
Jake Allen Davidson.
Regine Robinson.
Brody James Davis.
Georgia Pauline Starkman.
Christian Robert Davis.
Olivia Michelle Stett.
Michael Stephen Davis.
Madison Marie Swainston.
Joby Randolph Cruz.
Catherine Grace Swift.
Branson Ryan Diaz.
Faith Elizabeth Thompson.
Clint Jacob Dykus.
Maria Nicole Tomzak.
Christopher Omar Dieguez.
Madison B. Topham.
Jackson Sterling Dietrich.
Sharon Yesenia Torres.
Jonathan James Doler.
Ashley Valdez Florentino.
Michael Anthony Dolmont.
No Nancy. Genevieve Weaver.
Michael Dean Duchesne.
Amanda Nicole Vasquez.
Cartwright James Edward Dunn.
Rachel Ann Wakoviak.
Antonio Ed Isaiah Edmund.
Michaela J. Yackel.
Matthew Joseph Erbach.
Alicia Ann Abud.
Tanner Thomas Erickson.
Gabrielle Louise Afable.
Kobe Bryce Fishman.
Yolette Aguirre Vives.
Trevor Allen Fisher.
Kayleen Alexis Anderson.
Logan Arnold Fitzgerald.
Stephanie Nicole Baird.
Stephen Russell Formica.
September Ray Baker.
Christian Raiden Stewart Frank.
Christina Rose Basquette.
Elijah Gage French.
Tiffany Ann Beach.
Anthony Jordan Friday.
Angelica Brittany Beyer-Lorzer.
Roberto A. Fuentes.
Alexis Ava Bernal.
Logan Jared Fuller Swift.
Emily Maria Bethel.
Jazz Isaiah Forbush Addison.
Fiona Lisette Bravo.
Ezekiel Garcia.
Carla Michelle Bless Paredes.
Jose de Jesus Garcia.
Daniela Sofia Borda Castro.
Justin Alexander Garcia.
Amanda Jane Bowser.
James Sterling Garrison.
Marissa Nicole Brackett.
Christian Manuel Gasca.
McKenna Christine Bradley.
Nicholas Richard Gardner.
Yasmin Rain Marie Bro.
Jaime Angel Geronimo.
Bobby Sue Broyles.
Parker Sean Gilbert.
Aspen McKenna Burton.
John Matthew Gonzalez.
Carrie Ann Bussey.
Richard Dean Goodman.
Sierra Jane Bussey.
Alexander William Gorwich.
Marlene Carrillo.
Joseph Douglas Graham Wright.
Paige Deborah Casper.
Dylan Edward Jacob Griffin.
Amanda Nicole Colley.
Neil George Griffin.
Anna Maria Cintron.
Connor Anthony Grizzard.
Shy Middle Eloise Solution.
Benjamin Shaw Guido.
Liza Monique Chavez.
Ruben Eric Guzman.
Monica Michelle Cifuentes.
Louis Alexander Haddad.
Samantha L. Clark.
Anthony Lee Hagerdorn.
Taylor Marie Clark.
Caleb Anthony Hall.
Kylie Elizabeth Clements.
Daniel Russell Hauk.
Emily Cook.
Shane Anthony Hyel.
Kimberly Alyssa Cordova.
Joshua James Hoyt.
Mallory Eleanor Cox.
Elijah I. Holcomb.
Victoria Crowder.
Luke Raymond Edward Holinsky.
Anna Marie Cybulski.
Khalil Savoy Hooper.
Megan Christine Delighten.
Elijah Matthew Howland.
Paige Catherine Darby.
Brian Joseph Harinkowitz.
Ireland Rain Darling.
Shane Franklin Huff.
Margaret Louise Day.
Patrick John Holtz.
Kayla Mariah De La Mora.
Dakota Christopher Hungate.
Savannah Grace Delaria.
Eric Jean Ibe.
Madison Nicole Delk.
Darviante Jermaine Jackson.
Brianna Marie Del Monte.
Al-Malik Monte Al-Jamison.
Brianna Lee Denson.
Joshua Samuel Hughes.
Aaron Destiny Devers.
Andrew Stone Janes.
Stephanie Marie D'Antonio.
Travis Merritt Johnson.
Taylor Caitlin Dixon.
Bryce William Jordan.
Kaylin Ann Diggins.
Seth Malik Kiefer.
Deanna Marie Duran.
Troy James Keith.
Colleen Aleli Ferronda.
Patrick Jared Key.
Serena Dawn Fennison.
Joshua David Kidd.
Regan Ray Ferguson.
Ricky William Kinney.
Corey Joe Fink. Did he go?
Scott Allen Eldon Kirchmeyer.
Lisa Beth Fiskus.
Jordan Kevin Kokos.
Amber Nicole Flannery.
Jason Michael Coleman.
Adriana Flores.
Michael Joseph Killian.
Cipriana Marie Ford.
Dominic Lee Lane.
Britton Nicole Fox.
Can you empty those? Kyle James Lane.
Taylor Nicole Ganji.
Joseph Douglas Larry.
Megan Mary Gearling.
Benjamin Daniel Laney.
Carly Ray Gebhardt.
Austin Patrick Lee.
Sarah Kate Gilbert.
Corden Jacobson Lee.
Brianne Danae Gomez.
Cameron Michael Lemke.
Rita Cox Gomez.
Edgar Joel Leon de la Cruz.
Carla Selena Grave de Peralta.
Mackenzie John Lewis.
Anatalia Clarita Hall.
Kyle Arthur Michael Lindley.
McKenna Ann Hamblin.
Torrance Demetrius Littles.
Charlie Brianne Hansen.
Noah Dean Lorenzen.
Rebecca Marie Hill.
Weston Rex Lott.
Taylor Elizabeth Hicks.
Stephen George Lyle.
Destiny L. Holland.
Thomas Joseph Mace.
Paige Elaine Ray Hollander.
Justice Benjamin Maciel.
Elena Elizabeth Honey.
James Thayer Mahan.
Nala Marie Hudson.
Joey Alexander Malabo.
Audrey Rose Huff.
Chance Stephen Mandernack.
Skylar Brianna Huska.
Travis James Mandernack.
Kelsey Hussey.
Jesse Antonio Martin.
Mercedes Ann Jackson.
Sam Michael Martin.
Rebecca Lydia Joachim.
Dominic Jose Martinez.
Carly Ann Johnson.
Dominic Lorenzo Martinez.
Morgan Haley Johnson.
Louis Lowe Massengill.
Crystal Renee Alexis Jones.
Jameson Monroe McCurley.
Shauna Joan Camphor.
Danny Imad Mahana.
Shayna Lee Camphor.
Robert Daniel Merritt.
Caitlin Rose Kenny.
Raymond David Monterde.
Jasmine Marie Kerman.
Alex Michael Montoya.
Jessica Mercedes King.
Andrew Philip Montoya.
Haley Joe Keister.
Adonai Benjamin Munoz.
Brooke Elise Ladomersky.
Jose Antonio Munoz.
Danielle May Lawson.
Ryan Jacob Murray.
Kendall Dawn Lemming.
Jacob Scott Nelson.
Dallas Ann Lemoyne.
Evan Alexander Norris.
Taylor Nicole Lester.
Philip Arthur Norris.
Emma Marie Letton.
Alec Michael Nunez.
Allison Ray Ann Lindsay.
Daniel Anthony Ortiz.
Alexandria Jean Lofaro.
Justin Alex Padilla.
Jessica Carla Luis.
Austin Tyler Parento.
Lorena Lule.
Ryan Tyler Peace.
Mia Denise Luna.
Joseph John Perales.
Jennifer Annette Mann.
Kirk Marty Quijano Peralta.
Michion Sayana Marks.
Austin Andrew Phillips.
Danielle Morgan Marsh.
Brandon Wayne Poe.
Elizabeth Janae Marshall.
Casey Robert Price.
Kylie Ray Mackay.
Brady Sean Pertil.
Jenilyn Elizabeth McLemore.
Cade Brennan Purvis.
Carla Maria Medina Milan.
Jonathan Brandon Quinones.
Cassandra Nicole Mendez.
Javier Ramirez.
Samantha Susan Mendoza.
Ryan Timothy Rapp.
Sylvia Nicole Mercer.
Wade James Ray.
Tasia Lorraine Lynn Mergen.
Tevion Jarrell Reed.
Michelle Calais Kaumaka Mo.
Alexander Reyes.
Brianna Carlena Montalbano.
Jerry Dawn Reynolds.
Pauline Ann Morales.
What is it? Dylan James Rich.
Cassie Sierra Morgan.
Nathan Lee Rios.
Noel Austin Morris.
Devin Miles Rivera.
Madison Alicia Mort.
Severino Merlin Gorta Roberto.
Haley Marie Mueller.
Coral Ray Robaselli.
Rebecca Marie Mulvaney.
Jonathan Rodriguez Pimentel.
Alexis Rose Muniz.
Javon Cabarrubias Ross.
Alicia Dominique Morrill.
Taylor Wayne Roosh.
Alexandria Danielle Musgay.
Joseph Alexander Salazar.
Jessica Lynn Nance.
Kyle Mladen Simak.
Catherine Paige Nielsen.
Abraham Tadeo Sanchez Salazar.
Lily Campbell Nettles.
Cassius J. Sandon.
Samantha Lee Noble.
Francisco Sandoval Campos.
Gabriela Shirley Olivas.
Zachary Patrick Shower.
Bobby Marie Ortega.
Jerison Tyler Shank.
Callie Taylor Otten.
Jonathan David Schwab.
Kara Leanne Padilla.
Victor Lawrence Sen.
Haley Brooke Pereira.
Chance Kainalu Shaw.
Ashlyn Dawn Poole.
Nicholas George Shin.
Gianna Nicole Primo.
J. Mohammed Bartolai Siglos.
Stephanie Lee Putman.
Blade Anthony Singleton.
Marissa Ramirez.
Brian Austin Sinet.
Diana Ramos.
Devin Anthony Spada.
Jocelyn Reyes Flores.
Ryan Austin Spence.
Lacey Teray Reynolds Newton.
John Andrew Sterlaki.
Gabriela Juan Robles.
Tyler Elliott Stump.
Mia Reina Rodriguez Harris.
Joshua Farid Tajadini.
Miranda Jocelyn Rogers Lopez.
Tremaine Darrell Tanks.
Nikki Rosen.
David Anthony Tapia.
Elizabeth Lindsay Rosenberg.
Craig Christian Tenney.
Samantha Marie Ryan.
Matthias Michael Testaforgius.
Cheyenne Sierra Richardson.
Nicholas Alexander Thacker.
Alejandra Sophia Sands Boulder.
Cameron Lee Thurgood.
Nicole Trixie Sason.
Daniel William Thomas.
Grace Lorraine Scott.
Jonty Edward Thomas.
Brooklyn Esther Shaw.
Cody Blaine Thompson.
Kayla Shea Schellenberger.
Mason John Thorne.
Caitlin Brooke Shelley.
Giovanni Vincent Torcaso.
Angelica Michelle Silva.
Dade Lawrence Trainer.
Cheyenne Nicole Smith.
Chayton Frank Tromba.
Taylor Marie Smith.
Austin Daniel Turner.
Alyssa Lynn Spears.
Alfredo Vasquez Rodriguez.
Madison Sadie Sprunk.
Jack Frederick Wagner.
Summer Patricia Stallman.
Jeremy Michael Walker.
Kayla Nicole Stigl.
Thomas Patrick Wilson.
Riley Joe Strelo.
Timothy Sean Wilson.
Abigail Rose Swartzlander.
Blake Martin Wilson.
Nutabing Loma Terrero.
Calvin Scott Wilson.
Janaea Nicole Thomas.
Jeremy Michael Wine.
Alexa Faith Temlin.
Benjamin Tyrone Wynn.
Raquela Lauren Tyler.
Ricky Philip Witt.
Raquel Vanessa Vallado.
Dustin Lee Wodetsky.
Jillian Mackenzie Vigil.
Kevin Lamarck Woodland Jr.
Lindsay Marie Watkins.
Matthew Francis Yap.
Kirsten Nicole Williams.
Nicholas Carlos Zeladon.
Tylen Adriana Yates. Taylor Ann Young. Nicole Renee Zawacki. Emily Michelle Zobrist. Desiree Amber Zilli.
Ready? Hello, class of 2015. My name is Mackenzie Hafen, and I'm your senior class president.
And I'm Courtney Lovett, your senior class secretary.
Fellow graduates, we have just taken a walk we have waited 13 years to take. Each of us has worked hard to get to this day. Class of 2015, please stand.
Savor this moment, for it is now time for the turning of the tassels, our last effort as a class. Together as one, we have completed a wonderful journey, but our adventures have only begun.
We are honored to be members of the class of 2015, a class whose love of life never ceases to exist.
To begin, we will count backwards from 5 to 1. We will all turn our tassels from the right side of our caps to the left side. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, class of 2015! We did it!
We go down.
I see you've been chasing your monsters and they've been driving you bonkers, just blinding with rocket launchers of light to blow out their conscious. If you really wanna juxtapose and take a darker color with the blush of rose and then you put it in your ink and watch it go, your mind is always open when your eyes are closed because you're blind to color and you're blind to greed, blind to all the things that you don't need. Then you find a mind and then you plant a seed, then you nourish it a little, let it breathe. You're building it up and breaking it down. Wanna give up, keep holding your ground. Turning it up and down to the sound. Oh, the sound of change.
So what are you going to miss most about being here at Foothill?
I'm going to miss going to all the sporting events with my friends and serving as student body president this year.
In choir, like I've just met so many cool people in choir, like they're just my best friends. So.
I'm gonna miss all my friends. I'm gonna miss being involved in everything that goes on here. A lot of the school spirit. I'm gonna miss it all.
You're building it up and breaking it down. Wanna give up, keep holding your ground. You're turning it up and down to the sound.
I'm probably going to miss everything about biology and for starting.
All my friends.
I'm going to miss them the most because we're both leaving soon and it'll be so sad. So I'm probably going to miss Savannah.
Some of the things that I'm going to miss most is all of the teachers here and them just being so accepting of all of us.
The counselors, the deans, I love them the most.
What about your friends?
Friends too, but they're gonna come with me.
I'll miss seeing everybody every day, and especially the soccer team, and just having a great time. And just having a great time with everybody, and hopefully next year they'll do well as well.
I'm gonna miss Miss Muniz. She helped me with all
Yeah, Miss Muniz. That's the teacher right there.
Coming to school every day and being with Emma.
But I think the biggest thing that I'm gonna miss is probably everyone that's here. Because after this, what are the chances I'm actually gonna see them again?
People that I've met, and I'm also going to be missing art a lot. I loved art. I loved art club, and Miss Plow is amazing.
I'm probably going to miss all the band trips that we've taken.
What I'm going to miss most is probably all the friendships I've made throughout my high school career, and I'm definitely going to miss FS teams and probably all the teachers here because they've been nothing but nice.
I'm going to miss being in the plays of the school. It's been a great time, but I know they're going to do well in the future.
I think being a part of something like band for us, I will miss being part of something so big and something like being an actual part of something this amazing, and that we do something so spectacular as the things that we've done.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say,
our lives begin. We'll all take different paths, different roads, and we'll all end up in different places. But we can always trace our roots back to Foothill. We'll forever be Falcons.
I swear I live